Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL ESEA Pro League Season 2. I'm Lee Demon-Smith, and I'm joined by Lauren Pansy-Scott for this final matchup of the night, which is Ninjas in Pajamas up against Team Solo Mid. Not exactly sure how it's going to match the last epic encounter that we just had between NiP and Fnatic, but it is going to be on train once again, which we saw at the start of the night.
Yeah, we did, and it was TSM up against Na'Vi. Now, Na'Vi looked very good on that map, then Na'Vi went on to get trashed by Fnatic. But NiP just did something ridiculous. So I don't want to make predictions or make any assumptions. I'm just going to sit here and watch some CS.
If it wasn't down to, I think it was JW that got the 4K, didn't it? That basically took him to that match point. It was that one big round. If it wasn't for that one big play, I think NiP could have took it to overtime, and then God knows what would have happened. But the 9th round on the way here. Now, TSM did lose earlier on today against Na'Vi. It was 16-10 on train. That takes them to 1-2 in the league. So they're not got the best of records, the best of starts here for TSM, which is actually similar to what they had before, and they ended up coming out on top in the league. So let's not get too worried about that one. Meanwhile, NiP now 3 wins, 1 loss.
But TSM should get their side choice this time around. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't know what to expect on this one now. I really don't.
And this actually, ironically, is a map that you could have a 14-1, 14-1. Not like does 2 on the T side. But who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen now. It is Counter-Strike after all.
I don't know anymore. I've forgotten everything that I thought I once knew.
Going back to the match earlier on, TSM had a pretty good T side. I think it ended 8-7. I'm trying to think. I think it was Na'Vi's way. 8-7 was the first half.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Na'Vi on the CT. So CT was obviously the round that they wanted, and we'll see how this pistol works out for them. It is a big invested pistol round, and TSM starting off strong here. KGB already catching on towards Exist.
And NiP just banging straight out in towards A. No messing around here. Just Glock training it up, and it's kind of working right now. KGB is going to back out, though. That's going to make things a little more awkward because they're going to have to try and make the cross here. They know he's still down, though. So they just kind of sweep through, and they could go on a little bit of a rope-a-dope. Oh, Zipnix finds Freiburg. Oh, he finds Forest. That's 2 caught out then. That CZ was just dirty. And now Alu might be going to the same fate, and he is. Zipnix keeps the round in check as NiP started to get their hopes up.
Great little triple. Beautiful stuff. TSM start off strong on the CT side, and that's already going to put problems for NiP. But as we've seen, teams can have very strong T sides. It doesn't necessarily all count on this T side. Beautiful, beautiful little pistol work from Zipnix there. So it is going to be actually an invested NiP round, so we can see Tech9's coming in here, Forest and Get Right. So I think we're going to see some fast rounds once again. Forest and Freiburg, they're the ones pushing up on heavily on towards Ivy, and KGB's ready and waiting for them. Already got a triple from the last round. Can he get more?
Now NiP's slowing things down a little, looking maybe for a couple of those deagle shots to land and then burst out with the Tech9s, but it is letting TSM get close. Device and Dupree getting up close and personal, but Get Right will find Device, so that's going to open things up again. Carrigan forced to come through. Freiburg finds KGB, but Dupree stops it finally and pop. He'll find Exist. Carrigan finds Freiburg. Backs away. Oh, the shots are coming through thick and fast, though. Forest picks him out of midair. Dupree, the only one keeping hold of this at the moment. And Zipnix also falls. It's down to Dupree. He picked up 2, but it looks like... Oh, my word! Garrett goes down. How has he done this on 5 HP? Forest does finally keep it in check, but that was close again. What on earth is going on in this game?
3 for Dupree, 3 for Forest. Crazy stuff, but NiP pick up that second round. It was TSM's aggression, really, that almost caught them out there, going a little too aggressive on the peeking. But they've gone straight back. Carrigan once again back to the scout. And it is a pretty heavily invested round from TSM, a FAMAS coming out from Dupree as well. So this is full on. Okay, TSM going for it here in round 2. They know they need to pick up as much as they can, but this is financially possible to give them real problems if they don't pick this round up.
They didn't have much money anyway, so they might as well go for something here. Zipnix trying to do what he did before towards Zeus, but Alu knows better. Not going to fall for that trick. Takes down Zipnix. Ooh, but Forest getting tagged up there by the Deagle, down by that train 1. Dupree going to have the crossfire though, but those ladders going to be proving a little troublesome, but TSM keeping it even so far, 3-3.
Carrigan's got himself in a good position as well. He's going to catch Freiburg, so he comes around with Device with the 1D on towards Get Right. Gives NiP a gigantic problem. And he pops out again, tries to go for it, but Freiburg not having any of it. Catches him with a headshot, but that's going to get answered again. It's another headshot from Freiburg. And now Cajun B, the last man, with the CZ75. He's going to get caught out. Hits a triple for Freiburg. And NiP close out the round in the end. But that cost them. That cost them dearly. So what will we see? Oh, look, it's a P90 from Get Right. That's unusual. We don't ordinarily see that anymore. TSM, meanwhile, are going for the complete eco. So full save for TSM.
Here's a P250, just to prove you wrong. Just to prove you wrong.
Two P250s, actually.
Oh, look at that device late in the game.
All of that money.
Exciting. But no, I always get excited when I see completely clean ecos these days, because it just happens so rarely.
Yeah.
I guess it's always worth just maybe getting a nade or something like that in the bag. But being ripped to shreds by NiP, as they do get at least 3 rounds of the board in their T side, which is always good. I'm still getting used to Train and how it kind of plays out with, CT and T bias. I don't think we've seen the full picture just yet. We are seeing the rifles coming back through for Cajun and Carrigan. SMG on towards device P90, of course, and rifles to be coupled with Zipnix and Dupree. So going for a little something in this one, and we're still seeing that P90 stuck with by Get Right, so certainly not scared of taking it into these gun rounds. And Alu does have a good little spawn, maybe going to try and put that AWP to good use.
So just a few people hanging on to that M4A1 after the changes. Wonder if more will start switching back to it. At the moment, everyone seems happy with that 30 bullet A4. The spread almost identical now. Alu, just a little hop as the skip. A device up close. Now, this P90 play, it worked out well in the previous matchup between Na'Vi and TSM. It was Device that got himself the double then with that P90, but this time not going to work out. Oh, they've left Ivy wide open. Forrest and Freiburg are pushed right through here. Dupree realizing it, got his back covered. Cajun B starting to go a little bit more passive, but he's been smoked off. He's going to have to go down train 3 to try and get anything here. Get Right already working his way through as well. Forrest up on high. Got to look out. He's going to find Dupree. He knows he's in the corner there. He's going to get pinned. Forrest will take him down easy.
Yeah, and now NiP are just swarming towards the A side. Carrigan is there still. He's actually sitting on the bomb side itself. And he's got backup, but he doesn't need it. A quick triple for Carrigan comes in, spinning around like the turret, and still denying a little bit of luck for NiP there. But Alu's got the bomb. He's taken down Carrigan, and it's a race towards the B side. Cajun B will make it there first, though. And Alu's going to have to go for the shot here. He's going to catch a glimpse, and ooh, gets caught on the way through to the site. 27 seconds. Alu hopping up towards the trains as Cajun B just lurks in the depths below. Who's going to get that first peek hit? 18 seconds. Flash comes down. Cajun B actually turns right back into it. And Alu, time running out. He's going for this now. He's going to have to go for the shot, and there we go. Cajun B waited patiently, but that round was all built off Carrigan with that triple, denying NiP the control on that outer bomb site.
Fantastic stuff there. You thought NiP had it. They had the freedom, really, of Ivy. They managed to get 2 people down there, but heavy smoke, basically delaying them pushing through. Get Right, not able to get the freedom that he wanted as he burst down that courtyard side. So, TSM back in control, seemingly 2 AWPs now in play, Alu and Carrigan. Carrigan seemingly the main AWPer on train. We've seen it a number of times here. Loading up, ready and waiting for Freiburg to go for that peak. Meanwhile, Cajun B this time over on B site.
See, I certainly do recall Device using it a hell of a lot here, but maybe just feeling not his map, and just seeing why Carrigan's staying a little confident with it. Going to connect towards Freiburg on Ivy. And now TSM back in control. Device lurking perfectly, taking down the lurker himself. Get Right goes to bed. And Zipnix, the last man to stand. He's going to be surely swept up cleanly here. And oh my god, there's Zipnix just launching himself down. But a good run from TSM, fairly clean as well, only losing Dupree.
And that's going to be an eco for NiP now. Or unless they go for Tech9s. No, it is going to be an eco coming out from them. So TSM now with the double AWP setup. Cajun B and Carrigan hanging on to that one. So Cajun B is going to be taking it over to B site. Carrigan on A. And we'll see whether he... No, tell a lie, they're going to switch across. Cajun B's decided, okay, I'm going to Ivy with this one. And Carrigan actually the 4 stacking on A side. So they're reading something into NiP, expecting possibly this fast Tech9 play.
Well, we saw the Zipnix soloed very early on a hell of a lot of times, but I'm not sure if it's going to really affect him this time. The wall of smoke does start to be put into place from NiP, but the spray's going to come out, and they're looking for the bomb plant here, trying to get up close and personal with those Tech9s, those Deagles, try and bring the fight towards TSM. Device having to control that trigger then, as 3 players now remain, but they are close. Look at Forrest amongst them all, does finally take down one. Get Right gets another. It's a 3v3. They're doing damage. They've actually recovered one gun. It's Freiburg who's got it, but he gets put to bed by Cajun. And now this round should be back into control, but maybe Get Right can pull something out of the bag.
Oh, Oh, and he's risking it going down there. He could have got caught out by Cajun B, but still yet to find a weapon, and that's a real problem for him. He's just got that Deagle in hand. Cajun B holding off. Now 40 seconds on the clock, and the bomb at Zipnik's feet on that train. So it's down to get right to make a play. Oh, he's so close to finding their heads. Zipnik's is going to peek down. Cajun still holding out. Now Cajun B knows his position. He's going to try and line up one of those shots. That Molly not going to do a great deal. Get right, not dropping down into it. Well, actually will. Which still burning, still burning, still burning. Finally, it's Cajun B that will land the shot. Get right, misreading the spread a little bit on the Molly there.
Or he was just trying to offset the time, assuming the Cajun B wouldn't expect him to drop into it, so gave him a second to take a shot, which he had. He just wasn't able to hit it. So more often than not, you're seeing players utilizing even just the very last seconds of the mollies now, knowing fairly close how the time is towards it. But still, double up in the hands, still with TSM. The other side of things, get right down to just the Tech-9 there, not sitting too pretty himself. But the others have rifles, so looking to try and get something done in this round. But 3 rounds on the T side, not too unexpected thus far. And already, Zipnik's and Carrigan getting control of B. Going to pop Carrigan up here, probably. He's going to hold it with the AWP, I can imagine. Or maybe just allow Zipnik's to get even closer.
Interesting, you saw Forest lining up there. I think they were expecting the aggression in Ivy. They haven't really done it yet, TSM, so maybe thinking this was the time. But Cajun B lining up that shot up and exist down in Pop Dog will take things to a 5-on-3. So now Alu all alone trying to wake his way in towards Courtyard while Freiburg and Forest try and get something working in Ivy, but unfortunately for them, Device and Dupree have this covered.
The biggest point is that Carrigan is already holding B. He knows there's no one here, so literally TSM can just focus completely towards A, and NiP are not keeping them guessing. Freiburg's going to try and brute force it. He's going to get down one, can't transfer towards the other, and Alu will get locked down as he walks out of Pop. But that's the thing, TSM have been doing this time and time again with Zipnik's and Carrigan, pushing them up, working together well, and then just getting control of B. And as soon as they do that, they can force stack towards A if they want. Zipnik's will fall back or push even through Pop if he wants to. But it's just really nicely done from them, just taking map control back on the CT side.
Well, it's a force pistol once again from NiP. Almost worked out for them beautifully last time. This time, we'll see. This is fast, speedy aggression. While TSM are force stacking over towards that A site, Carrigan holding that angle. It is going to be a B push maybe. Zipnik's hasn't put the smoke down yet. Just delaying on that. Did get the flash out. There's the smoke on the ramp. Meanwhile, they do try and push through, but Dupree's not falling for it. Try and burst out in and around Pop Dog. Dupree ready and waiting. And that pushes them over to B side, which Carrigan and Zipnik's have covered.
And they're sitting back as well. Zipnik's isn't even pushing close. Just like, we know you got pistols. I don't want to run into that. Smoke's off, and then Molly's in between. Going to deny them the easy pop through just in case. And NiP are just waiting now. They're just trying to wait it out, trying to keep them guessing. And TSM haven't pushed up on the A side, but I think Zipnik's knows what's up now. Those flashes are perfect. And Molly, though, going to be put in towards the smoke. Not exactly ideal. And Zipnik's does get dinked on the way through, but Carrigan will find Get Right. Exist going to break in, but look who's round the back. Device walks in with a big hello and gets the triple. That's TSM just keeping control of this map again.
Straight spray through the back of them. 6-3. TSM starting to get a little bit more control, something they didn't have against Na'Vi on the CT side. They just couldn't get rolling. Their economy is starting to grow from strength to strength. Cajun B sitting on 10,000 right now. Everything working out well for them. 6-1-3 for him. Good little score for everyone on TSM as they once again stack out, expecting a big push in towards A side. They've read this well. NiP are pushing in that position though, but it's Alu that's got the opening kill.
Really aggressive pick from Alu as well to peek out for that one, but TSM pushing close towards the smokes as well. You've got Dupree up close, Cajun B's pretty close as well. They're trying to take these fights as soon as they breach that smoke, and Exist will at least find Zipnik's, but still not remove Dupree from this. Bomb's not committed though, so there's still a lot of questions up in the air here. Dupree tries to go for the pop flash. Get Right will punish him, pushing out as Cajun B now will be one of the last lines of defense, joined by Carrigan, both on this A side. Freiburg makes his way in from Ivy and just pinces them around the back, and Cajun B is now fighting fires on every single side. He's going to get one, not going to follow up with a second straight away, going to switch up to the CC, catches out Alu, it's a 1v1, oh! Cajun B picking up 4 in the end, but my god, how many times can this man do these sort of plays? He had another big moment on the first game up against Na'Vi, and he's done it again against NiP. You just cannot peek him one by one.
Wow, Cajun B delivering. We see him more and more playing with that AWP, and he's such a clever player, and you could see, oh, that was beautiful. And then he immediately, okay, straight across the pistol, and Alu trying to go for the duel with the AWP as well, but that's another great quick scope again. This time, NiP pushing straight back in there, not to be caught off guard. Hit right gets the peak, and this time they do catch dupreeh out. Now they've got themselves a little good entry there, but Device has not been dealt with, and he's still hanging in this smoke. As friberg also tries to pop up and over. Get right. It's actually going on the long rotate. Now cajunb's got Ivy covered off. Get right smoked off. I wonder if he's going to push on through, as friberg is already heavily in courtyard.
Yeah, but I'm looking to see if NiP are even committing it. They're still looking for information, but you know, cajunb's going to find friberg, which kind of puts them in an awkward predicament. Because Device now has a little bit more control, a little bit more freedom to do just this. Catches off one, finds the other. Now they know at least the bomb is towards A. Geright's moving in though. Alu's going to find cajunb. It's down to a 2v2.
Karrigan and Xyp9x both covering off. Karrigan in the same position that cajunb just come out on top. They know there's one electric. Alu though is going to be able to flash his way around there. Alu getting a good little angle. Knows the vision, knows the position. It's give Get Right all the information he needs as he tries to line up that shot. He's only got 2 health, but that's all he needs when Xyp9x isn't looking his way. Karrigan will land the shot. And now Alu versus Karrigan. Karrigan just get a peek. Just out of his eye line, and now Alu catches a glimpse. He's going to go for it, and Alu will go big. He picks himself up 3, and back and forth we go with the rounds.
NiP now getting 4 on their T side. It's looking better for them, and I don't like to remember the previous scoreline because it just, you know, it's just ridiculous. But of course, picking up that win, these rounds have been pretty close. Now they've still got the double AWP going in for TSM, which has been such an important factor. Xyp9x, dupreeh, and Karrigan not going to sit too pretty though. And on the other side, you know, 2 Galils. It's not the worst in the world. They still have some utility to work with. NiP should be able to brute force this as long as they don't run into those double AWPs. But dupreeh's getting up close again. I think Geright's going to be pivotal here, unless friberg can find this kill pretty darn fast. Look at this play. Exist. Oh my god, everyone's so close in this smoke.
And that's a Mag 7 up close as
it's
well.
It's going to get painful if he checks this.
Karrigan's managed to find friberg. He comes through, he gets Forrest as he pushes on through. He knows that Exist is there. He could get himself a second. Exist down to 47. Oh, he's on nothing. He gets picked off. This is a disaster for NiP. And now it's just Alu left standing. He managed to get himself 3 in the last round. Can he go one better here? As 3 members remain, 1 kill already. But they know exactly where he is, and that smoke's going to do him no favors. And
if only Get Right was there a little quicker. If they'd waited a little longer, he could have made such a bigger impact. But still, Alu with 3 to find, he might just want to keep this AWP at this point. The bomb's in such a bad point. He's going for it though. There we go. dupreeh will just put him down pretty comfy there. But yeah, I feel that NiP were almost a little too quick on playing out towards A. Gerright was able to get behind them. If they just kept baiting them in towards that sort of stuff, it could have gone well. But Gerright got there eventually and got the 1-for-1 trade pretty much. But still, Device knows what's coming this round. He's gone straight in for the SMG. Going to purchase that one up, and NiP might be doing...
NiP are flat broke. Like they could be on a double eco here. This is entirely possible, or at least a pistol force maybe in the next round, because they've got nothing. Obviously that round loss going straight back into them. But Device this time well aware of it and going full on aggression, going looking, going hunting for those kills. He's coming around the back of them. We saw Get Right with the P90 getting a 4K from that very same position last week, but this time it's TSM very much on the hunt. Device, can he make it a triple? Oh, he didn't look. He didn't look. He's still going to get him. No, Get Right will finally get a kill.
Yeah, and just these 2 left here, just unable to recover anything, and already Xyp9x just watching their ascent here, as he will get 1 and gets a second. TSM closed that one down fairly comfortably. Device picked up 2 and died, but it's not the end of the world. He only had the SMG, so played his role perfectly anyway. Did get a fair bit of money. Someone could probably drop him out here if he needs. Karrigan's got a hell of a lot of money. Actually, no. So Xyp9x going to put the Galil over towards him and repurchase himself up. But yeah, NiP, this is okay. But then it's all about their CT side here. How strong are they on that? And we know that TSM's T side was a little shaky.
All right, NiP, are they going to try and quicken the pace, slow the pace? Everything they've tried so far has kind of been answered by TSM. And it is going to be a slow of the pace once again. NiP just sitting off the side. Get Right tucked in. And Device actually sitting a lot further back this time. He's been up close and personal in their faces so many times. This time he's going to give cajunb the support over on Ivy. Well, Dupree once again sits at electric. So I think they were expecting to be here because Carrigan had gone deep with Zipnix over on site there. Now he's going to go for the rotate. I think they're realizing it's possibly an A hit. Device has got himself in that cheeky position. We saw this against Na'Vi actually. Cajun B does that, draws the fire while Device sits up close.
Yeah, doesn't seem to matter though. The focus then was on Dupree taking down Exist. Freiburg may fall into the trap of that, but generally we've only really seen, what, Get Right pushing there once or twice? It's not exactly a big factor.
Well, 4 on 5. Forrest with the bomb. Tries to work his way around Cajun B. Oh, he just got a glimpse of the shoulder there. And that may well be all he needs. Freiburg's going to push on. He's going aggressive. Doesn't matter. Cajun B's going to do it for him. Will get himself a second as he spins on towards Forrest. Turret in his way into this game. Gets himself a third of the game. Cajun B is not missing today.
No, that snap at the end was just sexy. This guy's playing just beautifully. And NiP, as you mentioned earlier, their economy was pretty shattered by that point. Tech9's full armor, a great deal of utility to purchase with it and kind of supplement, but it's going to be one of these horrible rounds where they're going to probably, I assume, they're going to try and define that outer bomb site on towards A and just try and get the smokes in, bring them close, and then try and take the fights. But let's see if they go for it here. They are sending Alu and Exist up towards Ivy. TSM going to be working with that. The smokes are coming in. Cajun B's already going to find Alu, and it's not a good start here for NiP, sadly.
Oh, they're going to push through the smoking Ivy. Cajun B will be able to check out, but he doesn't manage to land the shot, and that's given NiP a big opening, but unfortunately for them, the rest of the push in yard did get taken down. Forrest, though, is in a great position to get himself a double, but goes for the weapon switch, and Zipnix will pick up the round. Now, Carrigan is going to manage to land the shot, and now Freiburg all alone with the Tech9. What can he do? Gets a little peek around. Carrigan doesn't manage to land the first shot. Will land the second, and it's going to be an 11-4 first half. Solid CT from TSM this time around.
And the timing on that, Exist was watching that exact angle that Carrigan came from until the second he appeared from it. And it's just, you know, moments like that, it could have been completely different. But 4-11, this is a better performance going out from TSM again, though. Looking far more well-rounded. Maybe after that game against Na'Vi, they're able to kind of sit there, review it a little, look over things, and maybe go, okay, well, these were clearly our errors here. This is how we lost this one out. We can make these fine adjustments. But then again, NiP, you know, they've got more rounds than their last game, so you never know on the half what they can achieve here. Just going to wait and find out what they can bring coming into their CT side. I don't know what to expect.
Well, after the last game, nobody knows what to expect.
Exactly.
If you missed it, guys, do check that out on YouTube, on the ESL site. It was a brilliant, brilliant match between NiP and Fnatic. Not your usual game, that's absolutely for certain. I can't even speak.
So for
11-4,
sure,
it's been a for shizzle.
Wow.
Shizzle and nizzle, there we go.
You've been coming out with some peachy stuff today,
Hey,
I'll give you that.
I'm no Alex, I don't blend them words completely. I
don't know,
make words up.
You went for one then, I'll give you that. But still, let's get into this one as we are live into the pistol. Carrigan going to be going in for that Tech9 purchase. Get right though, going to have the 5-7 as well. Going to be leaping straight in and being denied by Cajun B. Already TSM off to a good start here, but equaled up by Exist as TSM do take control down by Ivy. And Forrest and Alu are going to have to keep eyes not only towards Pop, but Ivy as well.
Yeah, they've got to realize they're around the side here. Freiberg's going to be the man that actually goes to rotate through CT spawn. Should be able to get around the back of Device, but Device is expecting that. He's got Zipnix with him and the bomb. And Cajun B now has been given the opening. He's in B all alone.
Really, Freiburg didn't need to make this peak. He just had to know that they hadn't crossed over towards B. If he goes down, now they could. Cajun B's behind them. And well, there we go. Zipnix and Cajun B just close the net. Zipnix gets his second in that one as well. Excuse me, third at the end. And yeah, that's a really good start for TSM. 3 players alive, lots of kills coming in. Instantly going for those rifles, not messing around, because we know those scouts come out to play.
Winning both pistols generally is a good sign of winning a game. But NiP did manage to pick up the second round before. Can they do it again? Double scout setup has worked for them in the past. Triple scout even worked out for them in a somewhat unorthodox round. But I think we're going to see a little bit more aggression from TSM this time around. They are just sprawling the way in. Carrigan just charging and brute forcing his way in, but he's going to get picked off. There is one of those scouts coming into action. It's ordinarily Carrigan that will be doing that, but now they've got full control of Ivy. Cajun B and Dupree are through.
See if they can do anything with it. Forrest just about turns away. This timing is unreal. He gets the tag though. Not going to find much more of that one. How he's still lurking around. It is just down to 3 men. Make it to Exist and Freiburg. Freiburg might be the only one who can achieve something here, but he gets dinked. Gets one. And now exist. 1v3, everyone is low, but it doesn't matter. KGB's keeping control of this round, not going to let that slip through his fingers. The 3 kills in the end. They can upgrade their pistols off the back of that as well. So TSM's economy is going to be looking pretty tasty going into this. So, you know, NiP did a little bit of damage, but not enough to get him away from these rifles, and Device might just be opting out of really buying much into this round. I'm going to be gifted over a Galil, so he could maybe go for an AWP later on. But NiP, money is not good.
No, this is a big eco coming out from them. Dupree going aggressive, but it is a B hit. Freiburg all alone over there, and he's got his work cut out ahead of him. Occasion B, Device, Zipnik's all coming into sight already. He does manage to pick up the one. Now he collects a weapon as well. And Occasion B around the side, but Zipnik's is above him. And now Alu and Get Right in on sight. Zipnik's is spotted, but Alu not able to find the head. And Zipnik's dispatching of another NiP member. Exist, the last man, just trying to come in with a Zeus and a hope and a dream. He's going to try and zip up. He's got the P250, I tell a lie. For some reason I thought it was a Zeus in his hand. I was glancing across to the right on my screen. But Dupree is already holding the angle. And this is going to be another easy round for TSM. 14-4. Not going the way NiP fans would hope.
Ouch, Dupree needs to back away. That P250 actually did a lot of damage, but he should be able to stay alive. And that was a nice little angle from Dupree. He was holding 3 of them at the same time in case, you know, Exist has got somewhere sneaky. But as said, 14-4 now, TSM making up for their rather surprising result earlier against Na'Vi, I'd say. It's hard to call between those two teams. They are so good when it comes to it, but, you know. You
can also look at, obviously, the NiP game. You know, while it was clearly a fun game, that sort of loss, when you've made that sort of comeback, to lose in the last second, the last round, it can actually be a bit of a kicker. And even if it can take the funsy out of it, that's for sure.
Oh, but look at this Dupree. He is right amongst the wolves. He's slipped through 3 players already. He's round the back here. Exist is watching Ivy, but he's by the site himself. He's literally in between a rock and a hard place, I guess, as Exist does what he does, but sprays down, catches out Dupree, finds Carrigan, sets Get Right up, but no, Device is going to catch him off. Now, KGB and Device, the last 2 standing.
They've no reason to challenge this yet. They keep on peeking. And NiP, they've got the bomb with them. It's just down to TSM to keep on challenging. I think it's Alu that's going to go for the challenge, and he manages to land it. Device clipped him as well. You can see down to 4 health, so it was a back and forth, and now Cajun B, well, he's the highest fragger of the game for TSM so far, but this is a big ask even for him. Ooh, was that Freiburg shooting Exist?
Just spraying.
Just trying to spray the corner. He was actually spraying the corner. We didn't quite see it from his view. So, 14-5. Not going to say it's on yet.
Maybe they only like to turn up when it gets to 14 rounds.
Maybe that's
it's
it,
like, we don't bother until we see 14, and we're like, let's try it. I don't know.
Alu's going to have an AWP. Exist has got an AWP. So, double AWP setup for NiP. Can they get something going?
It's kind of unique Exist AWPing rather than Forest, but I guess depending on where they're playing, Exist has been playing down by Ivy the vast amount of the time, so
it's a big beat.
Makes sense, but Freiburg's going to be the man. Let's see if he's the man with a plan. Already going to get a good connection towards Carrigan there. I think he knows what's coming. Alu's already backing him up. Get Right ready to rotate if required. And Freiburg waiting to see what may be ascending above him. Device and Cajun B still waiting to get involved here. Molly in between the smoke. And they're already edging out towards that upper side. Carrigan holding it. Dupree's going to find Freiburg. TSM are breaking in here piece by piece. Alu at least going to connect towards Carrigan. Looks for a follow-up. Doesn't get it. It's Get Right who gets it. But look at this play. Look where they're left in. The situation is not good. Zipnix is out on his own. He's got the bomb. There's 3 players for NiP. What? Zipnix finds Get Right. Device going to challenge down towards Forest, but Zipnix is on the rotate. They're going to have to know that now.
Forest is all alone on site. He's got Alu joining him, but this is not the best of situations.
God.
As Forest gets taken down, they know exactly where they're going to come from. There's only one way they can come from. They were both over on B site. And Cajun B holds the angle while the bomb plant goes down. And Alu's going to peek, and he's going to catch on towards Cajun B. It's down to a 2-on-1. Zipnix backs away. Flashes out there. Now, NiP are trying to rotate. They're trying to cover the angles. Exist is going to come down from Pop Dog. And this is going to be a little awkward, but Zipnix is holding this. He's ready for it. He's going to immediately come straight down. And now Alu, he's on the plant. He's going to try and go for it, and Zipnix is just going to get himself up and visible. Did he hear? Did he hear the defuse? Yes, he did. And Alu will get taken down, and it's match point, ladies and gentlemen, for TSM. Suddenly, NiP You thought for a moment they may have had it. They played into the position, but a good response from TSM to rotate back to A.
But the problem is that you shouldn't lose a 4v2, and NiP had 4 players up, there were 2 alive for TSM, and then NiP lost a 2v1. It's just like communication breakdown. It's FPS 101. If you're making these mistakes, there are core issues, and it's either sloppy play from individuals or just kind of lack of focus, and I guess that could be a point in this one, and we are coming into what could be the final round. Looking at NiP's buy here, pretty shoddy, and already Carrigan just going to be ripping it to shreds. Device misses the shot but makes up with it in the end, and this is just savage work from TSM.
Yeah, not a lot they can do about this one. It looks like they're just getting picked apart. And well, just the single CT side round picked up for NiP as TSM close it out 16-5. Not the dream comeback we had in the last matchup, that's for sure. And more importantly, TSM finally getting themselves an important win on the scoreboards, of course. Wins against the top opponents are always very
massive.
big, and that's a good one for TSM.
Yeah, it really is. They needed that, especially after the first showing, kind of reminding people, hey, we can play train. Don't underestimate us. It was a really good individual performance from Cajun B, who wasn't exactly quiet in the first game. It was Device who was very, very quiet in the first, but Device found a little bit of form there as well. So it's nice to see them not, completely shying away, but for NiP, excuse me, by the time they got to their CT side, losing those 4-on-2s, the 1v2 at the end, it just looks like they're either, a little tired from it or just, it's generally a communication breakdown if you're playing into those sort of situations. Don't get me wrong, Zipnix and Cajun B did play it well, but just shouldn't happen. But still, NiP can be kind of pleased with what they achieved, at least on their T side against Fnatic. I'd say their game against TSM could have been a lot better.
What a fantastic night of matches, though, ladies and gentlemen. If you joined us, it has been fantastic. Started things off, Na'Vi, of course, versus TSM.
Yep.
Not what we were expecting, actually. It was a big T side coming out of Na'Vi.
Yeah, and debut for the new in-game leader, if I'm not mistaken, taking the reins over on that one. And all of these kind of factors coming in. The thing I wanted to point out is that they're trying out new positions, trying to switch stuff up, trying to keep that team feeling fresh. They've been together a while now, I guess, but they played very well into that. I think I was very impressed, especially on the T side, the tactic.
The new Starix, the in-game leader, apparently,
exactly.
as we found out tonight.
So that could be a great factor, just refreshing everything and kind of keeping it new. Puts them back into that honeymoon period almost for a second, but yeah, it was quite impressive. I actually liked what they brought.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the in-game leader being the guy that's not playing, basically. This is something we saw coming out of Kingwin before, of course, who now are Gamers 2. That obviously got shelved. Don't know what happened there.
Legia still kind of,
yeah.
Yeah, kind of leads for them. I don't know how much, to what degree, especially when you got the likes of Dennis, but it's an interesting point at the moment.
But this is the first time that, legitimately they've said, the coach is basically the in-game leader. This is, full on, and it worked out pretty well for them. Not so much on Cobblestone, because that came on, and Fnatic just looking unstoppable tonight. Well,
it doesn't matter if you're an in-game leader in the team or not. Against Fnatic on that map, it doesn't seem to make any difference, and it was just, it was just an absolute decimation, if I'm honest. You saw JW just being a beast. Olaf having a crazy game as well. Every single player having a big moment. And sadly, the big stars for Na'Vi never had their chance to even get into the game. Guardian was quiet as hell. Flamey didn't see much from him either. And these are players who are generally pretty damn imperative. You saw how big they were in their first game. To be hushed into the second, there was not much there for Na'Vi.
Fantastic night. There's the scores. Just confirmation for you guys. It was 16-10 Na'Vi, taking down TSM on train. Very big result for them, no doubt about it. Great T-side, as we just mentioned.
Yeah.
Also, Fnatic on Cobblestone. I don't think anyone in the world can stop them on that map unless Fnatic actually make mistakes themselves, because they looked incredible. JW with that sawn-off shotgun in drop was just disgusting. And Olaf Meister, of course, once again running rampant across the map. Then NiP versus Fnatic. What a game. 14-1 was the score in the first half. To Fnatic on the T-side. And as you can see from the score, it got very close for NiP over on the other T side. So very different game, not something you would ordinarily expect. Incredible T sides from both teams.
Yeah, the T side was outstanding, and it's just a shame you saw NiP shy away in that final round, the decisive round, against pretty much a shoddy buy from Fnatic as well. It was, the Mag 7s here, there, and everywhere. Nothing great, not a great deal of utility, but they just made it work. So credit to them in the end. And of course, the last game, a little bit of a shy performance from NiP after their really quite impressive uphill struggle in the one prior.
I just feel they put everything, all their hearts into that game, and it just wasn't to be.
Yep.
And of course, that gives TSM a very important win, takes them to 2-2. So, finally, of course, coming up later will be the North American League. And, of course, that's going to be what? Team Coast versus Follow eSports.
Right.
Winter Fox versus Follow eSports. Now, Winter Fox, formerly Mythic, if you've missed that.
Oh, the old
just
Luminosity
picked off.
guys, so like Pit and
It's very hard
Lex,
to follow. It's like a team's just gone over here and then over here straight away. 3SUP versus Luminosity. So Luminosity finally getting their action underway, and 3SUP versus Team Coast. I feel like I'm just casting League of Legends once again, because League of Legends organizations are buying Counter-Strike teams left and right. Certainly in America, that big money, that LCS money, ladies and gentlemen. But that is coming up in around about 3.5 hours' time. That would be in North America. If you want to keep your eyes on that, that will be the North American League. Remember, 4 teams from both North America and Europe will qualify for the finals. So you want to keep up to date on exactly what is going on over there. That is up for us, by the way, this week, because, of course, you may be aware the DreamHack Open Stockholm is going on right now. The qualifiers for the next major, which will be in Cluj, I want to say Cluj. I'm going for the.
Not saying it.
I don't know. I don't know the exact.
Lanxess was hard enough. All right.
I don't know the exact pronunciation on it. So next week we'll actually be starting off with Horizons Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro getting their big action next
let's
week.
see their debut into this one.
Don't forget to check out the full schedule. It is there on the bottom of your screen. pro.eslgaming.com/CSGO/Pro League. Really easy to remember.
It's such a simple URL.
Just pull it off. No problem. Easy.
I really like
easy
that.
stuff. Google it. It's a lot easier. Just Google ESL ESEA Pro League, or go to esa.net. It's just as easy.
There's several avenues.
Several places to go. This has been a fantastic night of Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week.